So you have been trading now for a year, 2 years, maybe 3, maybe even 5 years in total, and you cannot confidently say to yourself that I am a consistently profitable trader, at least month after month. And to be honest, I think after that many years in, it's not really ideal. And I know you probably don't have someone in your corner who's going to be real with you and tell you exactly what you need to know. He's not going to sugarcoat things and make trading look like it's easy. So this video, I'm going to talk to you. So I want you to come to the front of the class. Let's talk, and I'm going to be completely straight with you to tell you exactly what's not working for you, exactly what you need to do so you can actually lock in and start to become profitable. Hopefully this year. Yes, probably this year. So the first thing is knowing that, look, losses is going to be part of the game. You know this already, but I think most of us don't accept the fact that when it actually happens, you don't tell yourself that, all right, cool, this is part of the game. You get what I mean? You want to be that guy that just does not lose. For some reason, when you lose, you want to find a reason to why you lost. That's okay, like that's fine, it's normal in trading. But the thing is, there's so many reasons to why you can lose a trade, you feel me? And you can't avoid every single one. Because one thing I've realized from my experience is like, there's multiple time frames, right? If you go through every time frame, you might realize there's a fair value gap on one time frame, there's liquidity on another time frame. Like there's going to be so many things on different time frames, and all of this affects the market. You can sometimes go down to the 1 minute, you see a fair value gap that wasn't on the 15 minute. Now that fair value gap on the 1 could literally affect the whole trade and make it shoot up. Now are you going to over analyze everything? No, that's what I'm saying, that some trade you're just going to lose. Accept it. There is no avoiding every loss. It's just not going to happen. Because trying to avoid every loss sometimes then results in you also having FOMO. You don't take certain trades, you're over analyzing, you're in a trade, it's gone your way, you hit TP1, maybe TP2, but then because you see on another time frame there's something else and you're looking at too many things, you don't even end up leaving that trade, right? Because you look at the daily chart, the daily chart is coming off a demand zone and you think you can now hold for 1 to 15, and then you eventually lose. Like it's look, simplify things. I promise you, what works for me the best is always when I dial things down and realize that, you know what, keep it simple. Rather, like most people when they're losing, they just add confluences. They want to find confluence 1 and add another and another. For me, what works for me was removing stuff. I even decided, you know what, let me not even be looking at multiple time frames like that no more. Just keep it simple to like one time frame, one session, one strategy, you know, everything, just keep it as one. Because then it's like, when I see this, I'm taking it. I don't need to think twice. I don't need to over analyze anything. Because yes, I know that we watch YouTube videos and content creators, and you know, you see them going from the daily to the 4 hour to the 15 minute to the 1 minute, and most of us think every strategy requires that. No, it doesn't. It's not every day go from the daily to the 1 minute. Like sometimes what's happening on the daily could result in something 2 weeks down the line, but on the 1 minute is right now, right? That's scalping. That's something that happens like this. So you can't go in the 1 minute and try to take a 1 to 69 RR when you're probably going to get stopped out before you even get to that 69 RR, but you think it's going to work that way. I feel like social media, or let's say content in general, is good. Yes, because I'm making one right now, it's good, but you need to understand not everything works for everything. If you're trading on the 1 minute, watching a video about the 15 and what the guy does when he's doing, I don't know, ICT or whatever, might not cook for you. So don't now wake up one day and try to implement that, slap it onto your strategy, because what ends up happening to why you are in the position you are in right now is because you've been testing stuff, and every time you test, you see that doesn't work, that's cost you like a month or 2, and then you go back, you test something else, that's another month or 2, and then you've been on the cycle of testing, so you just become like a demo merchant. You're just testing all over the gap. You're not really at that point where you're done with your testing. Now you're actually forward testing now and doing this on an account that actually matters, right? Prop firm, live account, personal, wherever the case is, but when you're actually making money. So this literally moves me on to the next thing, which is, bro, watching too many content creators is not healthy, especially when it comes to trading, because every content creator trades in different ways. Every strategy works, I'll tell you that right now. It works, but it works a certain way, right? Most content creators could be making their own money, right? And they're just trying to share exactly what they do, which is fine. But the problem with consumers is that you're consuming every single one, trying to mash the whole thing up to basically cook up one concoction of like strategy that's going to defeat all of them. It's not really a game like that, you feel me? Like, you need to stop over consuming content creators. In fact, in general, just don't really watch that many, because naturally as humans you tend to kind of absorb something. Like, you might see this guy's trade, you saw that he left his TP running or something, and then you don't do that, you decide to now one day apply that to yours because you saw it somewhere, and then you lose that trade because you know you saw it. Like, the brain always tries to adapt, so you watching that video alone will probably affect your trade that you might take next week, but you don't know know that that's gonna happen. So in general, me personally, I don't even really watch anyone like that, because I know this. I know that if I see this guy do something, I might just have to test it out. And every time you test something, that consumes time, and that's probably gonna make you lose a few trades while testing. So I'm done with my testing phase. I've accepted how my strategies, I've accepted the profit, I've accepted everything to come with it. That's because I've back tested enough how I trade, and I'm cool with it. Which is one thing you also need to do. Be calm and accept the profits that your strategy is gonna give you. If your strategy is gonna give you a 30% win rate, that might just be all it's giving you. Don't now try to make that a 50%, but wait, before you actually, try to kill me. What I mean by this is that if your strategy is giving you a 1 to 5R, you win 30% of the time, you trying to change that to win more, you're gonna have to change something. But then if you change something, the strategy is no longer the same thing. Because understand that a strategy, the profit, the stop loss, the entry, all comes as a package. If you change just the profit now, that has changed the strategy. Because for you to change that profit, it means that something else is tweaking. If you change where your stop loss is, it means that something else is changing. So overall, it's gonna affect something else within the circle, basically. If your strategy is winning 30% of the time when you get 1 to 5, accept that that's gonna be the case, or you might not get trades that many times. Like, a lot of people say this, right? They want a strategy that's gonna give them like a 1 to 3, 1 to 5R, and they want a scalp as well. I hear it, right? You're trying to make some sort of arc attack that's just gonna be, I don't know, like work for you, fairs, but it's just not gonna happen. Because how can you be scalping? You're finding trades, 1 to 2 trades per day, almost guaranteed, and getting a 1 to 5 every single time. It's not gonna happen. You're scalping for a reason. So this means price moves up and down a lot. So by the time it gets to that 1 to 5, you probably stopped out already, or stopped out break even. It doesn't just shoot up to 1 to 5. It ain't gonna happen. And if it happens, it might happen 10% of the time. You see what I'm saying? Like, this isn't some kind of, what's the word? We're not chefs. We can't just cook anything up and just expect it to taste good. Trading doesn't work that way. You can't just make a perfect strategy that's gonna give you a 1 to 5. You're scalping every day. You find the multiple trades per day. Everything is just sweet, exactly how you want it. I'll be real. Ask any trader that's making money. It don't work that way. It just doesn't. You're not gonna find that. You just accept what your strategy gives you, that you do like, that you understand, that resonates with you, and that's gonna be it. Now let me hit on something that really kind of grinds my gears, right? And this is, a lot of people have an issue with the money that they make. When it comes to trading, understand this, right? Trading is gonna give you money that is very, very easy to come by, but it's gonna be hard to get to that point where you're making that money. And in simple terms, what I'm getting at is that trading is gonna make you easy money because you're not doing much to get it. When you do get profitable, you are literally sitting here, 10 minutes, you've made 1K. Like, think about it, very easy. But the issue is in trading is that many of us have seen the gurus, right? Them guys there that are printing money. I'll tell you for free, most of the money isn't coming from trading. Trading is making them money, but all that money that they're flashing all over the place isn't coming from trading. I abstained from doing that because one, it's kind of proud in a way. Two, I know that that lifestyle, it teaches the wrong things, right? It kind of makes you guys feel like you need to be making 10K per trade. You don't, right? Accept that, cool, you have a small account, you're making money, but understand that you're making money from comfort. You're not working hard to get it. You're not laboring. You're not lifting things. You're not doing a 9-hour shift to get it. That's the real profit from trading, is the ease at which that money comes by. So even if you're making $50 in a day from your trade, yes, you're not making 10K or whatever like these other guys, but that $50 came from you sitting there, clicking a few buttons, and you made it. Think about now how many hours of shift you're gonna have to do so you have got that same $50. That might be like 4-hour shift from you laboring and actually putting in work for somebody else. You feel me? Like, think about that. That's what you need to think about, not the money. Think about the time it takes to make money, because time is money at the end of the day. That's what really matters. So for me, it's about how much time can I save to make X amount. If I make an X amount from little time and little effort, sweet. And then you just scale that over time. But you need to be really content with the money you make, because chasing that profit is the problem in this trading community, is that you made your 1-to-1, even 1-to-2, but you keep hearing, if you're not making a 1-to-5, your strategy is dead. But overall, bro, come on. That 1-to-1 was enough. That the way I trade, I have like I call it a 1-1 system, meaning that every time I hit 1R, something's gotta happen. Because how can I put 1K on a trade and my trade went my way and I made that 1K back? I literally turned 1K basically to print 1K without losing anything. How can I not do something at that point? So at that point where I hit 1R, I'm either going break even or changing something or taking profit. Something's got to happen at 1R. We have to start appreciating 1R, bro. Many people don't appreciate 1R enough. People see 1R as nothing. Bro, you made your money back for free. It's like putting 10K on, you got 10K back for free, without doing anything. Think about it. So something's gonna happen at 1R. You can't go from 1R to lose that trade. I don't do that. Do you feel me? Because I just accept it. Even if it eventually goes to 1-to-16 and I got stopped out first, I break even, fairs. I took the chance and didn't lose my money, because yes, another day that will stop you up. So you just don't really know. So we just gotta start appreciating the profit that we get, right? Break even saves lives, use it. When you hit 1R, go break even. I know most people don't do it. I might be the odd one out, but trust me, start doing it and you appreciate yourself more. Because I see it as, if a trade doesn't go to 1-to-1, then fine. It really didn't really work out. It didn't even go to 1R, which is the bare minimum. You get me? That's like, okay, cool, fair. But anything past that, something's gonna happen, man, at 1R. Because why lose money when you made your money back? That's just a little tip that I say you implement. Take my word for it. Try it. In fact, don't take my word for it. Try it for yourself, and you see how much better your psychology gets, just knowing that you're not losing as much, or you don't go into profit and then you lose, and then it works you up a little bit. It'll be significantly better. By the way, on that same topic here, one thing to note that I think I read the other day is that the top 10% of people in the US, I believe, is literally making roughly, I think, 10K a month. And in trading, all you need is a 100K account, 10%, and you make that. Think about it, right? 100K account, 10%. Now think about how easy 100K is. 100K, $500, you know how to trade, 10% month is gonna come. You're skipping, right? You're going straight to the 10%. The problem is though, many of us are trying to go from broke straight to 10%. You're trying to go from way, not having enough, to skipping straight to being the top 10% in the US, which is wild. Like, let's understand it's a progress, please. Let's get the idea that it's gonna come progressively. So again, let's be content with the money that we make. That's just the key thing, so you stop chasing risk reward all over the place. Many of us lack the vibe or the adrenaline that it gives you when your trade is 10R up, right? You're seeing it, raw 10R, like crazy, it looks good, you're looking at your MT5 every 2 minutes. I get it. Think about it to yourself for a minute. Am I really trading, or am I just chasing adrenaline and just chasing the blues? But if the money isn't in your account at the end of the day, it doesn't mean anything. So at that point, you're not really a trader, you're just playing a game. That's how I see it, right? It's not real yet. So hey, anyway, appreciate the money. That's all I'm saying. But this next thing is, if there's a comment I get the most, it'll be this. And this, I just laugh every single time I see it, because this makes me know who the real traders are and who isn't. And I know who just, I don't know, they trade in signal groups, and that's all they know. And that is when I hear pips. You see the word pips? It's also ruined this trading community. And what I'm getting at is that I'm a scalper. So if I'm taking a trade, it could be 5 pips on GE, for example. Yes, it's 5 pips. That's quite small in the grand scheme of things. But I see many people say, like, I'll take a trade, and I post my trades all the time, wins and losses. You guys will see it on my Instagram or YouTube or even TikTok. You will see that I literally will post a trade and I might make 1K from that trade. And I'm hearing, oh, it's only 2 pips. It's only 5 pips. And I'm there thinking, bro, come on. What does pips have to do with this? Let's understand. And let me just educate you guys, for those who don't understand what this means. Pips is just a measurement. It doesn't mean anything. Meaning that a trade could be 1,000 pips, right? But then it's still a 1-to-1, because it means that my stop loss from my entry was 500 pips. And then, I don't know, from entry to TP is another 1,000 pips, whatever it is, right? It doesn't mean anything. It's just ratios. Meaning that if a trade was 2 pips stop loss, 2 pips profit, that is the exact same as having 10,000 pips stop loss and 10,000 pips profit. It's still a 1-to-1. Do we understand this? So enough with the comments of it's only 1 pip, 2 pips, 5 pips, 10 pips. Bro, stop chasing 100 pips. It doesn't mean anything. You can have 100 pips and only make $1. I don't know how else to explain this to people. It's so silly when I see that comment. It doesn't mean a single thing. So enough with the pips. So for you, if you're one of those that chase pips, please, if you want to actually start making money, look at the profit, not pips. Pips don't mean anything. So stop with the pips. If you are looking at pips, you are probably still a rookie. You don't really know what you're doing. You're just a beginner. So let's let it go. Pips does not mean anything. Profit is what means something. How much money you're making is what means something. RR means something. Let's let it go with the pips. Doesn't mean anything, okay? Don't chase 1,000 pips just because it's 1,000. Doesn't mean anything. Just gonna leave it with, here's what you need to do to make some improvements now that you watched this video. And if you got to this point, just leave a smiley emoji in the comments so I know that you got to this point. I appreciate you for listening to me for this long. But here's what you need to do. Number 1, you know too much, right? You know too much. Your brain is full of trading stuff, fine, but dial it down. Take a minute after this video to think and dial everything back down to kind of square one. I want you to take a minute to think about the last point where you're making money, where you're trading actually, you're on a good run, good streak, everything was good, you're actually making money, like it was good, consistent, not by luck or anything. Think about that point, and what I want you to do, hopefully you have data on that point, but you want to go back to seeing the trades you took, exactly where your entry was, your stop loss was, exactly what you did. That's what I need you to do. Go back and look at at those trades. Get a gist of what you were doing then, and I want you to kind of reset and go back to that point and focus on what you were doing right at that point. Focus on it. If that was working, think about why it was working and accept why it was working. You might not have liked the RR, whatever the case is, but think about it, you were making money at that point. You might now all of a sudden you have a hunger for 1 to 65 RR per trade, but your hunger doesn't mean anything. Go for what actually is real, what was making you money, what is working. That's what I want you to focus on. So that's the key thing that I need you to do. Once you figure that out, then I want you to do a lot of back testing. Put that into practice. See how much it works for the next 3 months. Test it out, and then you can come to some kind of conclusion. But make it simple. Dial it back down. Go back to square one. Enough with the too many time frames, chasing pips, all of that stuff, just clouding everything up and not having something simple. Like, if you can't explain your strategy to me in 5 minutes, it's not simple enough. Keep trading simple. Let's make that a thing. Because yes, it's trading, but why complicate it just so you sound like you're smart? Being smart ain't gonna make you money. You're not here to be a lecturer. You're here to make money. So let's keep it down and dial it and make it extremely simple. That's it, right? That's what I need you to do. If you found any value in this video, all I ask is just for you to like, and do leave a comment as well if you got to this point. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later in the next one. Peace.